Cheers. Alright. Good morning. So today, this Sunday, I have a nice little topic for you. And usually on Sundays, I usually just like go off the rip. I just start yapping about whatever. But today I actually have something I want to talk about, which is when to indulge in dopamine stacking. As you can see, if you hear the jazz in the background, I have it playing on my, well, not to fucking add, but you'll be hearing like jazz in the background or whatever. But what I got for you today is when to indulge. But what does that even mean, when to indulge? We all know when we're on self-improvement that there's times when, like, for example, we're out with family and then there's desserts. We don't really want to eat the dessert because we know it's sugar, we know it's bad for us, right? But everyone's doing it, everyone's eating, everyone's having fun, and you're over here like, oh, like I don't eat sugar, you know what I mean? But basically, I want to talk about when to indulge and when to actually enjoy yourself sometimes, because a lot of times people will be like, they'll be on self-improvement and they'll be like, when can I enjoy myself? When can I actually, you know what I mean, go out and live my life? But what you don't really realize is when you are on self-improvement, you are living your life. Like, you just haven't really found that sweet spot yet. Today, I just got some black organic coffee, and I put, when I make my coffee, I put rosemary in like the grinds, like when it goes to brew it, just because like I heard that rosemary is good for cognitive function. So it's like I just tried it. I don't know. It's you can smell the rosemary, but I just wanted to let you know. But when to really indulge, when to really actually like take part in these maybe bad habits or these bad things, right? For example, recently it was Thanksgiving a couple days ago, and that I was with my cousins, you know what I mean? I've known them all my life, like we're having a good time, and we're outside playing football, whatever, we're, you know what I mean, having, like, what would you do on Thanksgiving? It's like that type of stuff. But when dessert came around, you know what I mean, I don't really eat desserts, like I don't eat sugar, I don't really take part in that, because it's not just because I know it's bad for me, it's just because like, I don't know, I just really don't really care. But this time around, that shit looked good as fuck. Like they had like Oreo cake, they had like cinnamon pumpkin swirl, like fucking cake. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try that shit. Give me that shit, right? I went over to the table, I got like one of like everything, right? And I said, like, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, in this type of moment, it's like, this would only happen like every couple months, like for a fucking holiday. Like I wouldn't like wake up the next day and go eat the same shit again. Like, and like I was eating that shit, bro, and like I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is bad for me. I was like, dude, this shit tastes good as fuck. And it's like, what I want you to do is like, when you do have moments like that, don't be so hesitant. Don't be like, don't hold yourself back from, you know what I mean, like going and enjoying those types of things. Like you should enjoy those types of things. Like, for example, too, that night too at Thanksgiving, I was with my cousins, and I don't play video games. I haven't played video games in like, I think since January of this year, which is, it's been like what, like 10 months maybe. And they're a bunch of gamers, and I used to play video games with them all the time. And so we're in my cousin's room, and like he's like, we're all like talking shit. We're like, oh, play me on the game, play me on the game. And I was versing my cousin in Call of Duty, and I wasn't like, oh no, I don't play video games. Why would I even touch a controller? Why would I even sniff a controller? My bad, it sounds weird. But what I'm pretty much saying is like, yeah, of course I'm gonna fucking play video games when I'm with my cousins, when I'm like with the people that, you know what I mean? It's like, this is like a one-time thing, you know what I mean? Not like a one-time thing, but once in a while. Like, yeah, I'm gonna eat dessert. Yeah, I'm gonna play video games with you guys, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna wake up the next day and go do those things again. That's not what's gonna happen. But part of this too is like the dopamine stacking, which is also what I wanna get into. Because when you do indulge into these types of things, it's like, what you don't realize, it's like the sugar and then the video games and then the good time in general, it's all a dopamine stack. And what happens is like your dopamine's going up, and then after you crash, it goes way below your baseline, which is like, this is it's pretty much is like where your happiness is at. So like pretend this is your baseline, this line, and you're going up and up and up, and then you go crash, and like all of a sudden you're down here. But what I want to get into now is like the dopamine stacking. Like I'm gonna give you an example of my friend Josh's birthday. If you don't know, I do a podcast with like my 4 other friends. It's called Bros Think Big. I think I'm gonna put the channel maybe in, I don't know how to do it on YouTube, but I do a podcast with them. It's called Bros Think Big, and it was Josh's birthday on one Sunday. It was like 2 weeks ago, and that night, like his parents took us all out to dinner. We went to like a nice steakhouse, and it was like all you can eat steak buffet. And dude, that day it was just like we had a good episode. Okay, let me tell you where the stack. That day was just really good, but the whole stack is like I drank caffeine before I went to film the podcast. The podcast was really good. We were laughing the whole time, having a good time, and then we went out to eat at dinner. And I don't really go out to dinner, so like when I do go out to dinner with my friends, it's like such a good time, and we were laughing, we were joking, like it's just like we're eating steak, we're eating like all we can eat, bro. We're like joking around. It's like stack, and then dessert came around. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking eat dessert, right? It's like I don't really eat dessert, but every once in a while for my friend's birthday, of course I will. Give me that shit, right? I'll slobber all over that shit, right? My bad. But what I'm saying is like when you do have these moments of like either either your friend's birthday, your parents' birthday, or like a holiday. Like, dude, go enjoy yourself. Go spend that time, because like those moments, like those will last. Like that that Thanksgiving and Josh's birthday, that shit was like fucking amazing. It was such a good day. But what to expect after that is what I'm going to get into. And when I say when to indulge, and right, I want you what to expect after the fact, right? The next day, because that week. My bad. Damn. So the week after, that Josh's birthday happened, dude, I was so unmotivated the next day. Like, dude, like nothing could top that night. Like that shit was amazing, right? I didn't feel as motivated the next day. It was hard to get up in the morning. You know, I had to wake up at 6 a.m. for work. I had to go in at 7:30. And it just, everything just felt like, like, you know what I mean? It's like, when you do go to indulge in these things, expect to be unmotivated. Expect to not really want to do the things that you're normally supposed to do. Like after Thanksgiving, I got home really late. I'm usually in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and like I'm asleep. But for Thanksgiving night, I got home at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and I woke up the next day like fucking, I slept for like 11, 10 hours. And it threw me off completely, because I was just fucking, I don't know. And I was so unmotivated the next day. And yeah, I don't know. What I want you to do, take from this video, is when you do go to indulge in these things, you should like expect the next day you gotta work harder the next day. You know what I mean? You can't just fall off after the one day of indulging in these types of things, because the dopamine stack will get you, right? I'm gonna give you an example, right? Let's say it's morning. Let's say you're with your girlfriend one morning, and number one, you guys drink coffee. Number two, you guys have a big breakfast full of carbs. Carbs release serotonin in your brain, which is the happiness chemical. So caffeine plus the high carb breakfast, and then you guys have sex with music on. Like, dude, you're not gonna want to do shit after that, right? It's like that's like an example of like a dopamine stack: caffeine, high carb, serotonin, the sex, and then the music. All that's stacked on like one, like in the span of like 2 hours, 1 hour. Dude, don't expect to do shit for the rest of the day, because you're not gonna want to. And that's where you're gonna have to have discipline, right? It's like even this one night, I was at my mom's house. Like, she has like a family night like every couple Sundays, like maybe once a month or every couple months, and she made this like fucking homemade chocolate cake with like homemade buttercream, like what was it fucking called, icing, and you know what I mean. Like like I eat the same thing every day. I eat 4 meals every single day. I eat the same thing every single day, and so I was just like thinking, I was like, oh, should I have it? But she made it homemade. Like she said, she made that buttercream icing like homemade. Yeah, I'm gonna eat that shit. I fucking even had 2 servings of it. I don't give a fuck, right? But I know the next day when I wake up, I'm not gonna go out and eat another piece of cake, right? I'm gonna eat the same things I usually do. I'm gonna do the things I normally do, and I'm just gonna have discipline, right? It's like those types of moments when you're hesitant of like, oh, should I eat the sugar? Should I eat the dessert? Or should I, like, just be aware of what happens after the fact. You know what I mean? Because if it's, because if that indulgence is worth it, then yes, go and do it. I say go enjoy yourself every once in a while. This doesn't mean go on a fucking spree. This doesn't mean you fucking go watch porn, go play video games, go do all this shit for no fucking reason, right? It's like for my, either for holidays, birthdays, special occasions. Because when you are in like a work mode, you can't be doing that type of stuff. Like, you gotta be strict with yourself. You gotta be nice and locked in. You can't have these obstacles like throw you off. But yeah, like I hope this kind of gave you an idea of like what it means to indulge in things and what dopamine stacking really is. Dude, this topic has been like coming, like it's been going through my mind like all day. Maybe I'll do like a whole video about it. But yeah. Alright. Also, I might plan on posting more during the week. Like right now it's Monday, Friday. I might post on Wednesday as well. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Because dude, yesterday I literally filmed 3 videos back to back to back. And I have them all. I just edited one right now in the morning. You see the PC right there. But yeah, I might just start posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I'm coming up with more ideas. It's easier to do the work. Like I have like a whole system set up now. So stay tuned. I might be posting more. And I have fucking terrible bedhead, by the way. That's crazy. Like you can tell I fucking just woke up. Maybe it's the lighting too. But yeah, I hope this lesson has helped you, because a lot of people, I don't want you to like be hesitant. I don't want you to like waste or regret not indulging in something just because people say it's bad for you. Like for example, like I was yapping about coffee last week on last like Sunday chat, and like I was thinking like, okay, every once in a while, right, go and drink a coffee for special occasions. Like if you're having a coffee with your parents or your mother, or you're out to like breakfast or something, right? It's like, just be more aware and don't just like overindulge every single day. It's like, you should have some like love for yourself, you know what I mean? If you're eating cake every day, you're fucking jerking off every day, it's just like you're stacking all of these things. Like, no wonder you're fucking depressed, like after all that shit. Because like, your dopamine's like fucking skyrocketing, and then all of a sudden, like after all that shit's done, like you're just gonna be so low and feel like fucking shit. So be careful what you indulge in and don't make it like a normal thing. You know what I mean? But yeah. Alright. Well, I hope this video has helped you, and don't forget, keep moving forward.